I knew I had to tell him. I just could not figure out how. And the longer I waited, the heavier it got. This thing sitting quietly in the middle of our friend group that everyone knew except him. This is the story of how I tried to do the right thing, how it went wrong anyway, and what I learned about timing, honesty, and the complicated space between who you were before a relationship and who you become inside one. A few months before any of this started, I had come out of a long relationship. Years with someone, and then it was over. And for the first time in a long time I had space just to breathe and be myself without the weight of something serious on my shoulders. I was spending a lot of time with my best friend and her boyfriend, the way you do when you are newly single and your closest people become your whole world for a while. We were comfortable together in the way that only comes from years of real friendship, the kind where you can sit in silence and it feels like home. One night we were all at theirs. Wine, movies, games, the kind of evening that does not feel like it is going anywhere in particular. At the end of the night my friend suggested I stay over rather than getting a taxi. We were all relaxed, a little drunk, closer than usual. And by the end of the night, things had shifted into something none of us had planned. It was consensual. It was safe. There was no awkwardness the next morning, no fallout, no damage to the friendship. We moved forward the way people do when something unexpected happens between people who genuinely trust each other. We just kept going. And it became one of those things that existed quietly between us without needing to be talked about. Not long after that I met someone else entirely. A guy I ran into at a nightclub, what I assumed would be a one-night thing. But we kept bumping into each other. We kept spending time together. And somewhere in that gradual drift he started joining me and my friends, and they got on, and we all became a tight little group without any single moment marking the shift. There was no official conversation where we decided we were together. It just became obvious over time that we were. Which meant there was also no obvious moment to say, by the way, before you were my boyfriend, before we were even properly a thing, I was with my best friend and her boyfriend. It is not the kind of information you drop casually. It is not something you say to someone you have just started seeing. And because the shift from casual to relationship happened so slowly and so naturally, I genuinely could not identify the point where the conversation should have happened. But it needed to happen. I knew that. I felt it every time the four of us were in a room together. This invisible thing that everyone else knew and he did not, this gap in the picture that he was standing in the middle of without realizing it. It ate at me. I am not someone who is comfortable carrying secrets, especially not ones that touch people I care about. I wrestled with it for weeks. Part of me argued it was the past, that it happened before we were together, that it had nothing to do with who we were now. Another part of me knew that it was more complicated than that, because the person I had been with was my best friend, someone he now considered a close friend too, someone we saw regularly. That context changed things. I asked for advice. A lot of people told me to just stay quiet, that I did not owe anyone my full history. Others told me it was going to come out eventually and that I was better off being the one to say it. I went back and forth. Before I tell you what happened when I finally sat him down, subscribe to Storyteller Aqua and hit the notification bell. These stories take real time and care, and your support means everything. Now let me tell you how the conversation went. I told him. He did not react with warmth or understanding or the kind of maturity I had been hoping for. He asked questions, detailed, clinical questions, one after another, like he was compiling a list rather than trying to understand. It was cold in a way that surprised me. I answered everything honestly. I did not leave anything out. And when it was over, he was very upset, and we did not speak for a couple of days. Then he asked to come over. What happened between us that night was different. There was no warmth in it, no connection. It was the last time we were together before the relationship ended, and we both knew it, even if neither of us said it out loud. It hurt in a way that was hard to describe. Not just the ending, but the way it ended, the coldness of it. We broke up. I spent some time afterward asking myself whether it would have been different if I had told him earlier. At the beginning, before the friendships formed, before everything became so interwoven. He did not want to engage with that question. His frustration was not really about the timing. It was about the thing itself. He was hurt by what I had done before he existed in my life, and nothing I said was going to change that. I understand that. I do not think he was wrong to feel what he felt. And I do not think I was wrong for having lived my life before he was in it. What I think is that we were simply not the right fit, that what I needed was someone secure enough in themselves to understand that the past is the past, and what he needed was someone whose history looked different. Neither of those things makes either of us a bad person. What I know now that I did not know then is this: the guilt of a secret like this does not stay quiet. It finds its way into every interaction, every shared moment, every room you are all in together. Telling the truth, even imperfectly, even badly timed, is still better than letting something grow between you and the person you care about. It may not have saved the relationship. It did not. But it let me walk away with my honesty intact, and that is worth something. I am not in a rush to do any of this again for a while. I think I need some time to figure out what I want before I bring anyone else into the picture. And maybe that is the most sensible conclusion I have reached through all of this, knowing when to slow down. If this one resonated with you, drop a comment. Do you think she should have told him sooner? Or do you think the outcome would have been the same regardless? Leave a like if this story made you think, and subscribe to Storyteller Aqua so you never miss one. Take care of yourselves. I will see you in the next one.